All right, just take a second. Imagine it. That stunning turquoise water, those white sandy beaches, maybe the smell of amazing street food nearby, palm trees, and it's right outside your window. You're not just visiting Thailand, you're actually living there in your own place. It's a really powerful dream for so many people, isn't it? The beauty, the culture, the food, and yeah, let's be honest, the cost of living is pretty appealing too. But then reality kicks in. How do you, as an expat, actually buy property there? Can you even do it? Well, that's what we're here for today. We're doing a deep dive into, well, the sometimes pretty complex world of Thai property laws for foreigners. Think of us as your guides, trying to cut through the jargon and give you the essentials. We want to help you turn that dream into something, concrete and well planned, make sure you don't get lost in the legal stuff. So let's get started.
Yeah, absolutely. And to help us navigate this, we're drawing heavily from a really excellent guide put together by Ocean Worldwide. They're a luxury real estate agency, and they've been based right there in Phuket. That's Phuket, pronounced Phuket. Important to get that right since way back in 2004. Their director, Sandra O'Neill, seriously, she's helped thousands of families and investors find their spot over the years. They really focus on the high-end residential market in Phuket and also Koh Samui, so they know their stuff. This deep dive should really give you a solid shortcut to understanding the landscape.
Okay, charting a course. I like that. So, for someone listening, dreaming of that Thai property, what's the very first, maybe even surprising legal thing they need to know about foreign ownership? Like, what can you actually own?
That's the perfect place to start. The good news for many people is with condominiums. Foreigners can own condos outright. Freehold.
Freehold. So, your name right on the deed.
Exactly. Your name, clear ownership, just like a Thai citizen. But, and this is big, but there's the catch, the 49% rule.
Okay. I've heard about this.
Right. No more than 49% of the total sellable floor space in any single condo building can be owned by non-Thais. So if a building's already hit that foreign quota,
You're out of luck for that specific building.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much you want to pay. And speaking of paying, the money has to come from outside Thailand. You need to transfer it into Thailand in foreign currency.
Right.
And you'll need proof, a specific bank document called a Foreign Exchange Transaction Form, or FETF. That's crucial for registration. Shows the government the funds are legitimately foreign.
Okay, so the 49% rule for condos is a clear hurdle. But what if your dream isn't a condo? What if it's that villa, with a garden, maybe a pool? Is owning the land itself just impossible for foreigners?
Well, direct land ownership, yes.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, the Land Code Act prohibits foreigners from owning land directly. That's a pretty big deal if you're picturing that house with a yard.
Right.
But
Yeah.
there's a very common and established workaround. Leasing the land.
Leasing. Okay, how does that work?
You sign a lease agreement with a Thai landowner. Typically, these are structured for 30 years initially.
30 years.
Yeah. And often, they include options to renew for 2 more 30-year periods. So potentially, you're looking at up to 90 years of use.
90 years sounds pretty secure.
It sounds secure, but here's a really vital point. Legally, information at the land department.
Okay, so those extra renewals aren't automatic.
Exactly. They aren't as strongly protected by law. Renewal depends on the landowner agreeing again when the time comes. So, say you found a beautiful 4-ray plot that's about 1.6 acres in Thalang, up in Phuket. Making sure that initial 30-year lease is properly registered is absolutely key. That's what gives it legal teeth.
That distinction is crucial. Advertised 90 years versus legally secured 30. Good heads up. And, while these rules seem pretty set, do you ever hear talk about them changing? Maybe making it easier for foreign investment?
There are discussions, yeah. Proposals pop up now and then, often aimed at boosting the economy by attracting more foreign investment. Things haven't fundamentally changed in a while, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on if you're serious. Staying informed about potential legislative shifts is just smart planning.
Okay, so we know what's possible. Condos freehold with the quota, land via leasehold. Now, let's get practical. Someone's ready to take the plunge. How do they actually do it? What's the process look like? Mapping out the journey itself.
Good analogy. First steps. Homework. You've got to figure out where. Big city buzz in Bangkok, beach life in Phuket or Samui, the cooler cultural vibe of Chiang Mai.
And prices must vary a lot.
Massively. Condos might range from, say, 2 million baht up to 15 million or even much more for luxury spots. Leasehold villas, the upfront lease payment might start around 1 million baht, but again, sky's the limit. And honestly, you have to visit. You just have to go there. Photos online, they never tell the whole story. You need to feel the place.
Totally agree. Okay, so you found your area, maybe even a specific property online. What about agents? Is it like back home where you just find one?
It's a bit different because the industry isn't as tightly regulated. So finding a reputable agent is key, especially one who really gets the expat buyer experience.
How do you find one like that?
Check online reviews,
Yeah.
definitely. Ask on expat forums. People are usually happy to share good or bad experiences. Look for agents with a proven track record with foreign clients. The upside is, usually, the seller pays the commission, typically around 3 to 5%. So as a buyer, it often doesn't cost you directly.
Okay, so a good agent helps, but isn't the lawyer the really crucial part here?
Absolutely non-negotiable. You must get independent legal representation.
Yeah.
Find a lawyer fluent in both English and Thai who really understands Thai property law inside out.
And what sort of fees are we talking about for a lawyer?
It varies, but typically somewhere between maybe 30,000 to 100,000 Thai baht for the whole transaction. And they are worth every single baht. They draft the contracts, they pore over the title deeds, check everything complies with Thai law. They're basically your safety net.
That leads right into due diligence, doesn't it? What does that actually involve?
It's basically your lawyer verifying everything, going to the land office, physically checking the title deed. Is it real? Is the seller actually the owner? Are there any debts or mortgages registered against it? Any legal disputes, zoning issues, building code violations?
Wow, okay.
Thorough. It has to be. For leaseholds, they'll check those renewal clauses carefully, look into the landowner's standing. For condos, they'll double, triple check that foreign ownership quota hasn't been filled. Honestly, good due diligence prevents so many potential nightmares.
I can imagine. So assuming the due diligence checks out, okay, what happens next? Getting closer to the finish line?
Yep. You'll negotiate the final price and any specific conditions. Then you sign the purchase agreement, usually called a sale and purchase agreement, or SPA.
And put down a deposit.
Right. Typically 10 to 20% is standard. Make sure the agreement includes clauses covering things like potential delays. Then comes the money transfer. Remember, for freehold condos, got to be foreign currency. Transfer from overseas, get that FET form from the bank. Then, at the land office for the final transfer, you pay the various fees.
Remind us of those fees again.
Sure. There's a transfer fee, usually 2% of the government's assessed value. Stamp duty, which is 0.5%. If the seller owned it for less than 5 years, there's a specific business tax of 3.3%. And maybe a withholding tax, depending on the seller. Your lawyer handles all this.
And how long does this whole closing process usually take?
Generally, from paying the deposit to final transfer and getting the keys, you're looking at around 30 to 60 days. Sometimes quicker, sometimes a bit longer if there are complexities.
Okay, so we've covered the what's and the how. But like
Really?
buying anything big, it's not just the sticker price, is it? What about all the other costs, the ongoing stuff, and making sure you're financially protected?
Exactly. It's easy to focus just on the purchase price. But yeah, those one-off fees at the land office during transfer add up. That 2% transfer fee, 0.5% stamp duty, possibly the 3.3% business tax, plus your lawyer's fee. And don't forget potential bank charges for the international money transfer. And again, for freehold condos, that secure overseas payment in foreign currency backed by the FET form is absolutely vital for the official registration. No form, no registration.
Right. And then the ongoing costs, the ones that keep coming year after year. People forget those sometimes.
Definitely. For condos, the main one is the common area management fee. It's usually charged per square meter of your unit, paid annually or sometimes monthly. It covers building upkeep, security, pool maintenance, that sort of thing.
And the sinking fund.
Yeah, that's another one for condos. It's like a communal savings pot for major future repairs. Think roof replacement, elevator upgrades, big stuff like that. You pay a lump sum usually, or sometimes installments. Property tax is also a thing, but honestly, for residential properties in Thailand, it's generally quite low compared to many Western countries.
And for leaseholds, what are the ongoing costs there?
With leasehold, the big cost is usually the upfront lease payment for the 30 years. Ongoing costs might be land rent if it's structured that way, but often it's baked into the initial payment. You'd still have your own property maintenance, insurance, utilities, of course. Here's a strong piece of advice. Always budget extra. Maybe 5–10% of the property's value set aside for unexpected maintenance or maybe needing further legal advice down the track. Having that cushion gives you real peace of mind.
Good call. Like if you bought that amazing 5-ray sea view plot in Yamu, Phuket we mentioned.
Exactly. You'd need to budget not just the lease, but building costs, landscaping, ongoing upkeep for a place like that. Peace of mind is worth its weight in gold, truly.
Absolutely. Okay, let's shift gears slightly to the legal safeguards again. It can feel like walking a tightrope sometimes. What are the absolute biggest legal don'ts or pitfalls people need to avoid?
Okay, the number one big no-no, using illegal nominee structures.
Yeah.
Seriously, just don't even think about it.
Explain that again. What is it exactly?
It's where a foreigner tries to get around the land ownership restrictions by having a Thai person buy the land or hold company shares, essentially on their behalf. But the foreigner provides all the money and calls the shots.
Right. Seems like a loophole people might try.
It is a loophole people try, and it's completely illegal. The authorities are wise to it. If discovered, you could lose the property entirely, face hefty fines, even deportation. Any Thai partners in a company structure must be genuine investors, not just names on paper. It has to be legitimate.
Okay, huge warning there. What else legally?
Title deeds. Checking them meticulously. We mentioned the Chinook, the Norse or Forge title being the best, most secure type. Your lawyer needs to verify its authenticity at the land department. Confirm the seller really owns it free and clear. Check for any registered burdens like mortgages or liens or even past disputes tied to the land.
Like doing a background check on the property itself.
Exactly. It's like checking someone's ID and credit history before lending them $1 million bond. You need to know what you're really getting. And for leaseholds, again, registration is paramount, an unregistered lease. It might just be seen as a personal contract between you and the landowner if they sell the land or if there's a dispute.
It might not hold up.
Precisely. Registration at the land department makes it a recognized right attached to the land, offering much stronger legal protection. So if you're eyeing that luxury villa on a long lease in, say, Phuket, ensuring it's properly registered is non-negotiable for your security.
Which circles back to the lawyer, doesn't it? Reviewing everything before signing.
Every single document. The sale and purchase agreement, the lease agreement, any company set of documents. Paying for good legal advice up front truly is an investment, not an expense. It can save you so much potential grief and money later on.
Okay, this has been incredibly insightful. So, bringing it all together, how does someone actually choose where in Thailand? We've talked Bangkok, Phuket, Chiang Mai. What factors should really drive that decision for long-term living?
It really depends on your priorities, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Bangkok is the obvious choice for intense city life, career focus, top-tier amenities. But it's busy, it's humid. Phuket and Koh Samui offer that amazing beach lifestyle, great international communities, airports, but can be more touristy and sometimes more expensive. Chiang Mai up north has that lovely, cooler climate, mountains, strong cultural feel. It's generally more affordable. Very popular with digital nomads, retirees. Pattaya is another big coastal hub. Different vibe again.
So it's about matching the place to your lifestyle needs.
Absolutely. Think practically. Budget is huge, obviously, but also international schools if you have kids, quality of healthcare. How important is being near an international airport? What local amenities do you need day to day? Even climate preference matters. You know, the official guides often list key features. Bangkok, urban hub. Phuket Samui, premier beach destinations. Chiang Mai, cultural and affordable north. Hua Hin, family-friendly coast. It helps narrow it down.
And even within those areas, digging deeper is important, right? Like you said about Phuket, Rawai versus Patong is a totally different experience.
Exactly right. Researching specific neighborhoods is vital. Don't just fall for the postcard image of a tropical paradise. Think about your actual daily life. What kind of environment will really support your lifestyle long term, not just feel good for a 2-week holiday?
Makes sense. Okay, as we wrap up, let's just quickly revisit the absolute core safety advice, the must-do actions to keep this dream from turning into a headache.
Number 1, register everything officially. Leases, condo ownership, get it registered at the land department. That's your official recognition and legal protection. It's fundamental.
And number 2?
Your lawyer. Get a qualified, independent Thai property lawyer. They are your single most important advisor and safeguard through this whole process. Like finding that prime spot near Surin Beach. You need a lawyer to check every detail of the deed and any restrictions.
Final warning.
Be wary of deals that sound too good to be true, because they probably are. Don't let anyone pressure you into skipping steps or cutting corners on legal procedures. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Do your own checks.
Okay, so let's crystallize the main takeaways for everyone listening. Basically, owning land directly as a foreigner, generally, no. But owning a condo freehold, yes, absolutely possible. Just watch that 49% foreign quota.
Right. And for houses or villas on land, long-term leases are the standard, secure way to go, provided they're properly registered for that initial 30-year term. Company ownership is another route, but it's more complex, more admin.
And the absolute must-do steps are research locations thoroughly, Find a trustworthy agent, get that good Thai lawyer on board early.
Budget for all the costs, not just the price tag, and make absolutely sure all the paperwork gets properly registered at the land office. That registration is key.
So bottom line, is this whole thing achievable without tearing your hair out?
Honestly, yes, absolutely. It might seem daunting at first glance, but it's a well-trodden path. It's not as scary as it might sound initially. The key is preparation. Do your homework, get that expert legal help, and follow the proper procedures, especially registration.
So, a final thought for you listening. With these insights, how does that dream of owning property in Thailand feel now? Maybe less like a distant fantasy and more like a real possibility if planned carefully. What's the one piece of advice from today that really stands out for you to start thinking about? Keep researching, keep planning,